So we're going to dive straight in, we're going to start with the biggest game of the day. How about that? We'll go Ohio State, Oregon. Two of the best teams in the country, number 2 and 3, are meeting, and they have been largely untested, each of them. Ohio State did play Iowa. They beat them. Iowa's not a bad team. Oregon got taken out of the line by Boise State, and I think they're much more untested. And does anybody know where this game is being played? I'm sorry, I didn't prepare.
At Oregon in Austin.
At Oregon. So that is interesting. I still like Ohio State, though. I can't lie.
I think it's hard to argue against that just because of how close some of these games that Oregon has been playing. I mean, the argument could be made that they've been sleepwalking through the first part of their schedule, not trying to show a lot on tape. Or you could also call it Dylan Gabriel getting acclimated to the system. But I think at the end of the day, I mean, hell, I made the same argument about Missouri last week and see where that put me. But yeah, I think we got to go Ohio State here. Not battle tested. I mean, they beat Iowa, which is good. Iowa's a good ball club, but I think that Ohio State's just going to be able to go in there, out athlete them down the stretch, and take care of business.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Looking at this game, Ohio State, probably the most talented football team in the country, and this is their first chance to prove it on a massive stage. Oregon, we saw them get gashed against Boise. We saw them multiple times get taken to the wire. I think Ohio State has a chance to really send a message to the rest of the Big Ten and subsequently to the rest of the nation. Big day for TreVeyon Henderson. Big day for Quinshon Judkins is in the works because we saw what Ashton Jeanty did to Oregon. Give me the Bucks.
Yeah. I like that. And that's something I was thinking of, Noah. Boise State gave you the blueprint to beat them. And you have two of the best running backs in college football in your stable as Ohio State. I am looking for a lot of ground and pound from them, but also Will Howard is no slouch. I will say one note for Ohio State. This is obviously each team's biggest game. Up until this point, Ohio State really hasn't been tested on the road so far. They've gone to Michigan State, but let's be honest, that is the dumpster fire of the Big Ten right now. In my humble opinion, it's kind of gone in the toilet. Not to say that it's not a good road win, but, Autzen and Eugene, a little bit of a different story. However, I don't know. I haven't seen much of a test out of Oregon either, and I don't think they've had really any challenging road games. They played Oregon State on the road, right? And so Oregon State isn't what they used to be or
Oregon
ever were, really.
Has to keep the crowd in the game if they're going to have a
game. Absolutely. That's going to play a huge role. And, I mean, I don't know. Biggest test for each of these teams up until this point. Winner driver's seat for the Big Ten. So this is going to be a massive game. I'm looking forward to it, but I think this is a clean sweep for the Buckeyes. Right?
Sadly, yes.
Hard to pick. I think it's hard to pick against them here, even Oregon being at home. We'll see, but it's going to be a hell of a game. That's going to be the nightcap for this weekend.